läge att ta en liten paus i quizandet och här har jag min vän Pontus med mig i luckan idag.
Tjenare!
Välkommen åter!
Tack igen för det då.
Vi befinner oss på Bishops Arms, Gustav Adolfs torg här i Malmö och för ungefär ett år sedan så var vi här också.
Precis, det var väl förra årets julkalender.
Ja, precis. Spelade in en lucka då och då snackade vi en hel del om det här med att ha lite koll på den hypade ölen och
precis,
vad man kan få tag på det.
Precis.
Du är en av dem som har bäst koll på det i landet, ska vi säga, tror jag.
Tyvärr.
Ja. Och då så pratade vi också en hel del om ett bryggeri eller ett blenderi som hade börjat dyka upp i Sverige. Här på Bishops Gustav, också på Bearditch här i Malmö.
Precis.
The Reverend Beer Blendery. Och vi har ju blivit riktigt bortskämda här i Malmö med det. Det har kommit öl efter öl efter öl.
Ja, som jag inte klarar, tror jag så senaste året har vi i alla fall druckit en 20-30 olika från The Reverend här som har dykt upp i Malmö. Så det är som att vara i USA ungefär när jag kommer till utbud här. Det är extremt bra, måste jag säga.
Exakt, och idag så har vi dessutom lyxen att få ha en provning med James, grundaren av Reverend, som är på litet Sverigebesök. De har haft en provning i Stockholm, vet jag, och i Linköping.
Ja, Stockholm i torsdags på Isikaya Guest. Sen var det i Linköping, osäker vilken bar det där.
Ja, vad är den heter nu?
Precis, var det Klompen kanske?
Nej, jag tror inte det var Klompen, men vi låter det vara osagt. Och vi ska få prova 10 stycken Reverend-öl här som vi inte har provat innan, tror jag nog, utan det är helt nya grejer som James har med sig.
Ja, eller det var 9 öl till och med.
Ja.
9 öl, så har de upp till 10 stycken som kom på tapp även.
Just det, så var det. Så Pontus har alltid bättre koll på saker och ting än vad jag har. Det blir en ölprovning här och så ska jag såklart rycka tag i James också och få en liten pratstund med honom. Men nu går vi in på provningen.
Ja, det gör vi.
Pursuing the art of blending at a certain point, certain beers will go. I had already worked in large production breweries, not like.
The tasting is over, and here I have them, James and Melissa, right?
Yes.
From Reverend Beer Blendery. Welcome to Malmö and Sweden.
Thank
you.
First time here?
First time in Sweden, yeah. First time in Malmö. We've been here probably only, 4 hours.
Yeah.
5? Yeah.
And you've been doing a small tour here the last couple of days.
Very brief, yes.
You started off in Stockholm.
Yes.
And then Linköping.
Yes.
Last night, yeah.
So, and now in Malmö at Bishops Arms here, Gustav.
Yeah.
Full room. How has the participants been in Stockholm and Linköping?
It was great. Yeah, great in all three. I mean, The first was in our importers ramen restaurants. Like an intimate tasting. We did a couple seatings, right?
Yeah.
So we presented basically the beers, in pairing with other food.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Oh, so you did like a beer
That
maker's
one was
dinner.
Yeah.
That one was like
Because
a fuller,
that's one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, because sitting here drinking a beer, I really want
need some food.
I really want to try this with some food or some cheese or something like that. I
Yep.
felt like that missed a bit. I was missing that a bit today,
Yeah.
but because they go so excellent.
They do.
I guess because I haven't tried them with food, but drinking them, it's like, we like this cheese to this or
Yeah.
What food pairing stood out in Stockholm?
We had, what do we have? Kind of a weird one that I wouldn't have necessarily expected. There was bog pomes, our like apple and cranberry and spent cherry beer with, I believe it was the like a pork belly nigiri.
Yeah.
It was excellent. Yeah.
Really nice.
Nice.
And I mean, the level of acidity in the beers can play really nicely with a lot of different foods, even if they are a little more fatty, like that pork belly, like kind of stand up to it and kind of cut through.
I think we also did like both of the Song of the Earth, so our mushroom spontaneous golden ale, one with maitake, one with chanterelle. I think that was paired with the lobster ravioli. It was, or sorry,
ramen.
we eat a lot of lobster ravioli in the US.
Yeah. Also, one of the things that I wanted to bring up, you have some really odd flavoring to some of your beers, and just mushrooms.
Yes.
And the chanterelle was really one of the ones that stood out today for me.
Great.
Really foresty, rich, deep flavor. How come you decided to use mushrooms in?
There was just a local forager who contacted us, and he said, "I've got 18 pounds of chanterelles that I picked like a mile from your brewery."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, all right, well, I guess we're doing it." But that's, sometimes it's our idea and we'll go and seek those things out, and other times local producers will, approach us with the things that are fun and hyper-local in our area, and I can't say no.
Yeah.
It's,
And I think initially it was a big task to even find those farmers who had kind of the right size farms to give us as much fruit as we needed, but wasn't just relegated to pick your own crop. So a lot of it was, just kind of seeking out what was around and usable.
Yeah. How is the? Do you have a lot of chanterelle in the States? Because here in Sweden, it
depends on the year.
The gold of the forest.
Right. They can be. Some years they're like everywhere, and I think that's what happened to that forager that year. Is he suddenly had more than he expected. Other years we get just about nothing if it's like too dry a year. I think overall, which happened. I think this past year. I think there were basically no chanterelles near us. So
all right.
there will not be a 2022. I think Song of the Earth in general, it's been a slow mushroom year because we had a drought for most of the summer into the late fall or early fall. Yeah.
Unless we get some of Amy's cultivated. Our former tasting room manager, she is a mushroom forager, and so she was the one with the maitake who walked in with that big hen in the woods mushroom just from down the street from the little park by our old blendery location, and she's now inoculated some logs on her property that she may have some bounty for us when we return.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah, and you said old blendery because you recently just moved from New Jersey to Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Was it Knoxtown or something?
It's called Kutztown.
Kutztown. It was
Yes.
Kutztown. Yes. Looked it up on the map. See a lot of European names around the Hamburg.
There are. There's a place called Alsace Manor, which is very fun.
So you have purchased Old Vineyard there.
Yes.
So that was one of the discussions here during the tasting. A lot of referencing to wine, and your beers are quite similar in that way. The terroir is very important, and so was that how has the transition been for you?
It was because it was a winery, and because it was way easier to move there than it would have been to move anywhere else, even another brewery. A brewery might have like the infrastructure for water and I don't know, CO2 and glycol, but we don't use a lot of that anyway. We mostly just use old-timey winery techniques.
Which is again like where James got his training. As soon as he knew, I want to make spontaneously fermented beer, he actually left breweries and said, I'm going into the wine world now and working in wine cellars, because those are actually the techniques I need to know to make this style of beer.
Yeah. And you also have your own brewery at the new
We do,
location.
we do also now have a lot of changes at once with that. So now we started brewing on our own as of last winter, as of the 2021-22 brewing season. That'll be our first kind of fully house-made brewing season. Yeah.
But one fun detail, you said that your cold ship is still on the truck.
It's still in a truck, but the truck doesn't turn. It needs to be repaired and removed, but first we need to take the cool ship back out of it. Yes.
And you also have a tasting room.
We do.
So
it's lovely.
If you ever in the area of Pennsylvania,
please visit.
Not too far from Philly or New York. It's about 2 hours west of New York and an hour north of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We do tell people, especially coming from like an international distance. Currently, we have pretty small and sporadic hours, but if you reach out in advance, we can do visits by appointment for sure for people making a journey. Yeah.
Love to show people around the farm.
Great.
Yeah.
So what's on the future horizon here for Reverend? Any other
Another
great
brewing
plans?
season. Another brewing season awaits us. The winery will slowly. We have another kind of wine project now that will be slowly growing in, and there will be kind of sister brewery and winery entities. Just gonna keep making spontaneous beer forever. You know.
Yeah, I hope so too. And yeah, also discussion that you like to really hide away
Yes.
the beers for a long time.
Yeah.
We like to drink and drink more old beer than most people care to, and we like to design the beers. Every decision is kind of meant to get the longest life out of a given beer as we possibly can.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you here. It was about a year ago that I first came across your beers here at Bishop's. Yeah, we tried one, I don't remember the name right now, but I will add it in text here. But we tried it side by side with Cantillon Magic Lambic, and
Somebody else was just telling me Tender Buttons Vanilla. I believe
yeah.
was the one. Yeah.
So and yeah, we really favored.
That's incredible.
Yours before Cantillon there. You're taking the Belgian lambic style and
Kind of developing it out at the sides. Yeah.
So, but we're really glad to have you here and to see your beers here. It's really been a treat, and I hope to see a lot more of your beers in the future.
We'll do what we can.
Yeah, and
There's not a lot, but glad it's here, and we'll keep making it.
and whenever I'm in the neighborhood of Pennsylvania,
Please,
I will come by
visit.
and make a video from
do a whole
brewery
tour.
and winery.
Live from there.
Yeah.
Got
So-
barrels in the background. Yeah.
So, until next time.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.